You better say your prayers, you flea-bitten varmint. I'm gonna blow you to smithereens.
You do that and I'll kill you.
Welcome everyone to the Bullshit with Bob show. We were dealing with some technical difficulties. You're listening to Brutiful Metal Radio, and I have the guys from Wrath of Eidola on Skype with us. What's going on, guys?
What's up? What's going on, Bammer?
Alabama. Let's see. We've got Paul on guitar. We got Hide on guitar. Takiro on bass. Gonzo on drums. And Tonk on the Vox. Correct?
That'd be it.
Right on. And how are things over in Japan today?
It's a beautiful sunny day in Japan. Yep. Right, Paul?
Okinawa winter. Short sleeves and shorts.
Shorts with no underwear.
Commando.
Free ball.
Hey, the boys gotta be free, right?
Goddamn right.
Now, how long has Wrath been around?
Oh, 4 years. Well, getting it all together 4 years, but out on the scene playing and making mischief probably 2.5 years.
Right on. And how's the reaction been to you guys? Pretty good?
The military likes us a whole lot. Yeah. Locals are a little bit more.
The scene here there isn't a very big metal scene in Okinawa among the locals. It's more of like, the core shit, like, whining core, people crying and putting a core on the end of it, or I don't know. Anything with core on it, they pretty much like. You walk in, they're like, hey, do you guys play breakdowns? They're like, no. We've got our own brand of breakdown, like a Pantera-style breakdown, but we don't play that fucking chop, 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 stop fucking bullshit. So,
right on.
We keep it traditional.
You're not hearing it?
But, yeah, I mean, we got local fans, but most of the fans that dig Wrath are fucking Americans.
It's good. It's good. You can hear it in there?
It will come. It's streaming.
I'm on.
Hello?
Maybe refresh. Oh, Deanna's saying, or Vix is saying that she's not hearing it in her room, so I'm waiting to see which. You got it now? It should.
Your volumes.
Volumes are up.
Can you hear us over there, Bob?
Say again?
You can hear us over there?
Oh, yeah, I hear you fine.
Oh, all right.
Nobody can hear it.
Nobody can hear it.
Wait a minute. Your mic level's up.
Yeah, mic level's all the way up. That mic level's all the way up.
Push up BG
Capture
level.
device. Okay, try it now.
And nobody can hear. Oh.
Go to the chat room and look, babe. It's getting loud.
It's getting louder now. Okay. Alrighty. Well, all you guys in the chat room and listeners out there, this is all DIY, so fucking deal with it, bitches. Crybaby motherfuckers. Sound like all the people that was waiting to go and vote.
Remember, like I was saying before, we live in the fucking Stone Ages over here, so we're lucky we even got electricity to plug our fucking guitars in, so.
Now, don't tell me you have some old dude outside riding a bicycle attached to a generator, man. That's going to kill me right there.
Actually, there's that one dude with flowers on his head.
Yes, there is. I'll tell you what, we still got fucking, when someone's taking a shower, you can literally walk outside and hear the water coming down the pipes from their fucking shower.
Wow.
How about that?
Now, that kind of reminds me of being in Kosovo.
Does it?
Yeah. It was like that there. Because after everything was bombed to shit, they had all these makeshift pipes and, yeah.
That's what it's like, man. Literally, I was laying, trying to fucking sleep the other night. I'm laying with my woman, and I hear this noise coming from somewhere, and I keep looking at my girl. I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? And she's like, it's the guy upstairs. I'm like, what do you mean it's the guy upstairs? She goes, he's fucking snoring. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. motherfucker snoring in his apartment from upstairs in my motherfucking apartment.
Dude, I would be the most hated person where you're at.
In that apartment building.
I probably already am. So.
No, but probably the whole village. I snore. I snore like a fucking grizzly bear. You can ask the old lady. Tell him, baby.
You, that was one of those rare nights.
You ever seen the movie? You ever seen the movie Little Nicky?
Yes, I have.
You know when he snores?
Yeah.
That's me.
God damn.
Yeah, I snore in demonic tongues.
You know what you should do to make a little money is fucking get that recorded and sell it as a, you know.
A ringtone?
There you go.
Oh yeah, like
exorcism?
Yeah, like EVPs from a haunted house.
Oh yeah.
This will be recorded.
You know, like they got the section where you've got all the sounds of nature.
Right.
There could be one of those genres in there.
Or you know what? We can sell like Bigfoot sounds.
Thunderstorms, rivers, snoring.
He snores in about 5 different levels all at once.
Yeah, in like 4 languages.
Yeah.
You get one of those decibel testers.
I know it's louder than the computer.
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah. I snore, brother.
Yeah, I'll tell you. It was one of those nights, dude. The motherfucker's snoring on top, and there's dudes right outside my window fucking doing construction at 1 o'clock in the morning, man. I wanted to kill somebody. Oh, that shit wouldn't fly in the States, man. Motherfuckers in the States be capping off saltpeter at them, you know?
Right? Load up a shotgun full of rock salt.
Telling you, dude.
Shut the fuck up, motherfucker!
People here they live on a completely different wavelength.
Sarah's in there laughing about Sasquatch sounds. And look at Vix. She hears me at night too on the other side of the trailer. Oh, your boy Jimmy says Tonk is pretty bad. Don't let him lie.
On snoring?
Yeah. You just got busted out, bro.
I know. Jimmy knows. He knows I'm painting a Stone Age picture. It's not that bad here, though.
Right on.
It's bad, but it's not that bad. But it's bad.
Now,
and the worst thing, dude. The worst fucking thing in the world, dude. What is it, Paul?
The driving.
It's probably congested as hell there.
Oh man, I could go. You guys could have me. You said your show's 2 hours.
Right.
Trust me, I can go on a tangent for 2 fucking hours telling you about how much I hate driving here.
Worse than LA, huh?
It probably is right up there, and then you put in people that are not in a hurry to do anything.
Oh.
They don't care, and they just drive around, and if you got somewhere to go, you better plan to fucking spend some time just to drive up the street to get there.
Wow.
Damn.
But I'll get off that subject, or I'm going to end up getting fucking riled up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you guys, what influenced you into metal? What was some of your early influences that brought you into metal and made you say, hey, I want to do this shit for a living?
I'll let Paul start this one off.
I was probably 4 or 5. I was watching Nickelodeon back in the day, and they just had some heavy metal playing. I was like, I like that shit.
Wow, off of Nickelodeon.
Yep. At least that's what I remember. My memory from the being younger is kind of hazy, but but I think that's where it started.
And that tells you how young he is when he said he was 5 watching Nickelodeon.
Well, Nickelodeon does have some.
Oh, that. My father always hated metal, so I really don't. Maybe it just pissed him off. I started.
the whole rebellion thing. I got you.
Yeah, it may have been that.
Youth
So,
rebellion.
That's what brings a lot of us into it.
The rest Paul forgot because
things get hazy after a while.
I can dig it. Purple haze.
Yeah. Purple, green, blue, orange, haze. Yeah.
Well, I grew up in Tennessee, so.
Oh. Say no more.
Gotcha.
I'm mad. Takidoは何年だけのじゃったの？ 16. Our bass player say started liking metal when he's like around 16.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's fast.
Right on.
Of course.
And is there any bands that you guys listening to right now? Anything that really sticks out that you're getting into? Any current bands?
Paul listens to a lot of weird shit, so I'm sure you're gonna get pitched a few. I'm big into 80s metal, so I don't know. Same here. A lot of thrash metal or melodic style metal, so Paul's a big Iced Earth fan. Yeah.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I love some Iced Earth myself.
Okay. That's a big influence right there. I like Blind Guardian, from Germany.
Right.
And a bunch of weird Viking metal bands for some reason.
You ever get into a band called Gravedigger?
I think I've heard them before. I can't really remember. There we go again. Yeah. I have like the worst memory of the band, so.
Well, if you
plays guitar.
If you get a chance, check out Tunes of War. It's an excellent album. It's all about the history of Scotland. And Gravedigger's also from Germany and are friends with Blind Guardian. And
oh, wow.
They go on tour with these guys and Man of War and all these dudes from Germany. And they're fucking awesome.
Yeah, Gravedigger. All right. Okinawa. Everybody call me. Exodus. Our bass player's favorite band is Exodus.
Oh, hell yeah. I tell you what, Exodus, I got to interview Steve Zetro Souza a few weeks back, who was the singer for Exodus, back when they were doing, Toxic Waltz and Cajun Hell and shit like that. He's got a new band called Hatred, which their album drops January 25th.
That's a good name. Hatred.
Hatred. If you get a chance, check them out. They got a Facebook page, and dude,
definitely,
it is the best thrash I've heard since the '80s.
Well, that's a good fucking sign.
It is some good shit, man. I was really surprised when I heard it.
We think thrash is starting to come back, though. Yeah, we really do.
It is, and the great thing about it, it's not the retro thrash. Because there was a time in the early 2000s we had a lot of guys that was trying to emulate the 80s style thrash, but it's a newer style. It's still has the thrash, that core sound of thrash, but it has the newer sounds of today's technology.
Yeah, so more of a modern thrash, modern picking styles, and
a lot of it's getting dark too. It's dark and it kind of bleeds into a little bit of death and a little bit of black metal. And I love the new shit, man. I love the new shit. We've got some Project Pain from Holland. They're fucking awesome. I'll have to send you guys some of them links, man. That's what I'm about to do.
Dude, we all love listening to metal, outside of what we do. So, we like, for me personally, I'm a big Pantera fan. Always have been, always will be. Shed a tear when they broke up.
Yeah.
I've tread more along the lines of listening to like groove metal. I like a lot of groove metal, like Pantera, fucking Lamb of God. Big. We're all of us are big. Jesus, I just forgot. In Flames. Sorry, we're all big In Flames fans too.
Now, have you ever heard of a band called Exhorder that actually gave Pantera their sound?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Man, yep. I got to see their reunion tour. They were real huge back in the early 90s. They did 2 albums, and they reunited in 2009. And they're from New Orleans, where, basically I'm from. Got to go see that.
I was from there too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the whole band. All the guys are from New Orleans, and they were doing really good. Then the bass player, Frankie Sparcello, passed away.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, it really sucks. And then they ended up splitting up. I'm not sure what the deal was with the split. I was supposed to do an interview with Kyle last year, and he's actually singing for Trouble now, the band Trouble. which I'm not sure if you're familiar with them, but if you listen to bands like, say, Corrosion of Conformity and Down, Crowbar, Trouble's along that same line. And in fact, Trouble used to go on tour with Pantera quite a bit.
Well, they're lucky guys to be able to do that.
I know, right?
I was lucky. I got to see Pantera a couple times live. I got to see him at Ozfest 2000, I believe it was, and the Reinventing the Steel tour.
Mm-hmm.
Which I remember the show that I watched him at on the Reinventing the Steel tour. Somebody blew up like, I don't know if it was fucking tear gas or something. Or somebody blew up some kind of like fucking, it had to have been tear gas inside the stadium. I forgot what song Pantera was playing, but somebody blew it up. I remember looking up, seeing a curtain of smoke coming down from the second floor, the nosebleed section.
Right.
And just like dousing everybody. All my pictures that I tried to take a dime bag when he was solo, it was right in the middle of a fucking dime bag solo. And I remember they stopped playing because everybody's coughing and hacking and shit. Eyes were on fire. And I remember Phil goes, "If I find out who let that shit off, you're going to wish you never came to this concert, I promise you." You know?
Phil's a pretty cool motherfucker, man. He could be a dick at times, but, you know, when it comes to his fans, that dude is 100% devoted. I'm here to tell you.
That guy is my inspiration for being a lead singer.
Man, I got to see Pantera for the Far Beyond Driven tour. And still,
that's one of the albums.
Dude, hands down, that was the best concert I have ever been to.
And that was 4 fucking guys pulling that shit off. You know what I mean?
And the great part was, I mean, they had Prong open up, and I don't really care for Prong, and they pissed the crowd off. But, you know, I like their first album, but I don't know, that Prong is Prong. I'll put it that way. But they also had Sepultura for the Chaos AD album.
Yeah.
And then it was Pantera. So, I mean, those guys got there, man. They blew the stage up. I mean, it was hell on wheels the whole show. People were blazing inside there. The stage, the light setup was outstanding. I have yet to see anyone pull a light show like that.
Pantera was definitely a live band. You know what I mean? Their studio albums sounded great, but for some reason, whenever you heard them live, it always sounded better.
You can't capture the energy they have.
You can't
on an album. I mean, it's got to be live.
It's too restricted. You know what I mean? You got to follow by metronomes and shit like that to keep it, and it keeps it restricted. But then when you're live, you know, it's more wild and untapped. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the energy comes from, I think. You know, when you're in the studio, everybody's focusing too much. You're trying to, you know, I mean, obviously you want to put out a good product, but, you know, people start focusing too much and reading too much into the music, and then
someone's trying to sleep and someone wakes you up to do this guitar solo.
Yeah, like these motherfuckers. But I think some of the passion's lost in the studio when you get into live and you got people cheering, you know, feeding you the energy from the crowd. That's when shit goes up another level.
Alcohol.
Alcohol plays into it, the crowd. And when you receive that energy, you know, in the studio, you're trying to set that even tempo, like you were saying with the click track. Well, live, you don't have that click playing in your ear, which is a good thing, because I think a click track takes away from the feel of a song. Because there's times when you want to build the dynamic, especially toward the end, you know, and you're all pumped, and, you know, the drums are playing faster, the guitars are playing faster, you know, and you can't capture that on an album.
With our latest album, the Sentinel album, I think, and not because we're trying to be like, you know, smart or anything, but
smart.
But I believe Stones for the Shallow, Sentinel, and Sorrows were not click-tracked.
The only one on the Sentinel CD was
Obsidian,
right?
Yeah, actually, yeah. All of them except were not click-tracked except Obsidian, or that 7-minute long song.
Oh, right on.
And it was just because we forgot.
Yeah, we're like, oh wait, we should have done click tracks.
Fuck, we spent too much money already. Well, fuck it.
But it has a better vibe, though, don't it?
It does. It really does. Now, what I can say is our new song of Ari that's going to be out probably next week. We did click track that one, but it's a raw fucking song to begin with, so I don't think that it mattered with that one.
It's fun doing it, so
Yeah.
you get feeling from that.
Now, for those of you out there in listener land that don't know, Wrath of Eidola is actually from Okinawa, Japan.
Land of the Karate Kid.
There you go.
I know dudes with the last name Miyagi.
Do you?
Hello?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Do you wax on and wax off?
They do it constantly.
Right on.
Drinking, waxing on and off.
Paul's a master waxer.
Oh, yeah.
Paul has a sign on his bathroom door that says, "Beware, it's jellyfish season." So, beware if you take a shower in his house.
Jimmy says he just wax off.
Jimmy does a lot of things, because that's what Jimmy does.
Oh, wow.
Goddamn Jimmy.
Now, well, what drew you in for being a vocalist? Who was your main inspiration?
Definitely Phil Anselmo. What else would it be? Probably James Hetfield. You know, I grew up with Metallica.
Right on.
I could say maybe a tinge of maybe Lamb of God's vocalist just by his stage presence. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not screaming stuff, because some people say that my scream sound a little close to his, but that was never intentional, because I've been screaming since I was 16, and they weren't even they were nothing in my ears at that time. So
I tell you, Randy Blythe, man, really has a very unique singing style.
he does.
Did you hear about what happened to him in Czechoslovakia?
Yeah,
Or excuse me, the Czech Republic.
Yeah, Prague.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were supporting it on our Facebook, trying to get people to, voice their opinion, put their voice in to get him released from all that mess.
I know all of us here signed the petition.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was complete bullshit. Obviously, they didn't know anything was that bad because they went back. You know what I mean? If they thought that he had done something wrong to begin with, they would have never gone back, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that right there goes to show you that somebody didn't think they were guilty of doing anything because they went back to play a show there. If they knew they were going to if he knew he was going to get swiped up, anybody in their wildest dreams isn't going to go to a fucking third world country to get slammed into a third world jail, you know?
Well, the thing about it, though, ever since what happened with Dimebag, getting shot on stage,
yeah,
artists really have to worry about what's happening. I mean, if a guy jumps on stage and I'm jamming, you damn well better be sure he's going to be eating some fucking fist, man.
Yeah, I mean, for me, we have guys that jump up on our stage sometimes, but we know the dudes, they're stage diving or whatever. But if it was in a larger live scenario, it would just depend on the person's demeanor. I mean, if they're coming up to me trying to grab me, I'd probably get a little physical with them. But I mean, it's true. You do have to worry about people doing stupid shit, because you don't know who's psychotic,
Exactly. I mean, if you know someone, it's cool. If you're playing the regular venues, say around your area, you'll know the people in the scene. You'll know who's cool, who's not. But if you're on the big stage and you're playing in a whole different country, you don't know one person from another, and you don't know if they're psycho or not.
That's true.
You don't know if you're going to get fucking Hannibal Lecter up there trying to eat your neck or something. You don't know if they're on bath salts or anything.
For real. I mean, yeah. Should write a song about that. Yeah. Make it chaotic.
I mean, fuck, man. I don't know. Some dude jumped up there that I didn't know, and he's coming at me. Like I said, he's going to be eating fists and getting his knees kicked in.
Yep.
I ain't going to play. He's going to get stabbed with my fucking guitar.
Especially, the Dimebag situation there. I mean, I don't know how the fuck that even happened. You know what I mean? How that guy managed to even get up there,
Man, a lot of these shows, depending on the venue, are kind of lax when it comes to, the being able to get backstage. I know if we wanted to, at the House of Blues in Las Vegas when we were living in Vegas, I mean, we could have got back there. You know,
Really?
it's just, yeah. But it's not the same everywhere, but I mean, in a lot of places, you know.
Like I know when we play every year, they've got that's the festival I was telling you about that I cussed and pissed people off. But, you know, even that show, you know, it's called Rocktoberfest over here in Okinawa. They're touchy about anybody going backstage, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they get real fucking touchy. And that's not, I don't know. They just tend to get touchy over here about that kind of stuff.
It's just the free booze in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we've heard a little bit too much of, but
4 days straight alcohol binge.
yeah.
Right on.
My mind was clouded for a week after that, and so were the Englishmen that drank with us. We gave the Englishmen a new reality on how Americans can fucking drink. So,
Well, let me ask you, Paul. Who was your major influence on guitar?
Guitar. I like a lot of Richie Blackmore and Dimebag and Randy Rhoads. You know, a lot of the Aussie guitar players have always been really good. So it's kind of hard to pick just one. I mean, his amp is white and his guitar is white. So what's that tell you? Jimi Hendrix and Randy Rhoads. Yeah, I mean. I just can't pick one. There's too many that I like.
I hear you on that one. It was Randy for me, man. I mean, as soon as I heard his solos, that's maybe one of learned scales. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Lee's. Now, for me, it was Tony Iommi with Black Sabbath. That made me want to learn riffs. Because, I mean, that dude is the riff master. He's written every good riff in metal there ever was.
Yes, yeah, sure is. They're coming over here 2013. They're having the first Ozfest in Japan.
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
Tokyo. Yep. We're trying to get on that bandwagon there.
Yeah, hopefully we can get in. But, yeah, I mean, you know, just Black Sabbath and stuff. I mean, Ozzy, you know, Prince of Darkness, kind of, his guitar players have always been good. Jakey Lee, Tony Iommi. I mean, Zach Wilde for a while, but then he kind of got really stuck in that pentatonic phase. And
yeah, and that's, I think, one thing that Ozzy kept saying that all their music started sounding like Black Label.
Yeah.
I don't think the music so much sounded like it, but the solos were sounding a lot like it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you always knew Ozzy Osbourne songs have like a really great, like, kind of epic guitar solo or something, and it started becoming more of a Black Label Society solos, just fast pentatonic picking.
No More Tears is still my favorite Ozzy song.
Yeah, that's a good song.
It is.
I mean, Zach Wilde's a great guitar player, but yeah.
I don't know. One of the songs that really stuck for me and was kind of like my my motto almost was "Mom, I'm coming home," especially when I was stationed in Germany. You know, 'cause I was just looking forward to getting the fuck out the military.
Yeah, I feel it.
But yeah, that was my motto song right there. It's kind of like my anthem, especially when I was getting close to getting out. That song played on my stereo very loudly every night with a case of beer.
Yeah, I did 5 years in the Air Force. Believe me, when that ended, I was a seriously happy man. I was in for 4 and got stop loss for a year. They wouldn't let me get out because of the Afghan war. So,
you know, I got luck. I did 5 years also in the Army, but that was my my enlistment time because I did radio repair and security, security equipment, stuff like that. But I got out a month after the towers fell somehow. I lucked out. They didn't stop loss me. I didn't get recalled. I was fucking lucky because I trained my my replacement to go to Afghanistan, and I was on the way out, and I was like, man, I mean, I signed my name on the dotted line. If they would have recalled me or stop lost me, I wouldn't have bitched too much about it because I did volunteer. I'd have went.
Yep.
But I would have shot everybody I seen because I'd have been pissed off, you know.
Yeah, I was on leave when it happened. I remember it was on my first day of leave. I was stationed in Georgia. I drove 8 hours from Georgia to go see my mother in Florida. And
Just got into my beach house I rented, just fucking relaxed. I brought my buddy down there with me because he wanted to go check Florida out. I'm sleeping. My buddy comes in, bangs on my door, opens up the door. He's like, dude, you better go look at the fucking TV. I was like, what? What are you talking about? I was like, dude, I think we're probably going to end up going back to Georgia today. I was like, what? Ended up not doing it. They ended up calling my mother and telling us to stay where we're at, but obviously that was a strange first day of leave for me.
While you guys were having all that fun, I was in 8th grade.
Youngster.
Being a guy in Paul.
Yep.
Now, I remember we got released early, and we were having a sergeant major's inspection the next day. So we were all up in the barracks getting ready to clean up. You know, we had taken our, that's back when we were wearing BDUs, and we took our combat boots off, and we were starting to mop and sweep and everything. And I had another buddy that was getting ready to leave out, and he was waiting for transportation to come up there and get all his shit and pack it up and get out of there. So he's watching TV in his room, and we had already cracked beers. And he hollered at us and said, hey, man, come watch the TV. We went in there, and we actually saw the second plane hit.
Holy shit.
I told the guy, I said, well, you better put your beers down and get your fucking boots and battle rattle ready because they're going to call us. And sure enough, 10 minutes later, we got the call. They wanted our A and B duffel bags ready to go. We were down at the fucking office. They locked the gates, and they pulled Bradleys and howitzers up to the gates. And, yeah, we were locked down for 2 weeks getting ready to get called.
Yeah, man, I remember.
It was a gnarly scene, man.
I was in the Air Force, but I was stationed at Army bases all the time because I did intel.
Mm-hmm.
My last base, I was at Fort Gordon in Georgia. I remember just to get on that base in the morning, it took like 2 hours to get on.
That's odd. I went to Fort Gordon for my AIT.
Oh, satellite?
No, I was...
Radio. That's right.
Let's see, my nomenclature was actually radio and telecommunications security repairer. I was with 73rd Ordnance. Everybody else on the post basically was signal. And we were like the redheaded stepchildren of the post. We were the Ordnance Corps. One little small battalion. But yeah, I was there for 27 weeks.
Fucking Fort Gordon, man.
Yeah.
I had a band there too that we cranked out a little bit back in the day. I was guitar back in that day, but...
Oh, right on. I imagine you're very familiar with Barton Field then, aren't you?
Sure am.
For those of you out there that's never been to Fort Gordon, that's in beautiful Augusta, Georgia, where they play the Masters Tournament. And Barton Field is the PT field. And it's actually got two sections to it. There's one section that's it's like 1.8 miles. And another section, if you run the whole thing, it ends up being right at 3 miles. And I always enjoyed doing PT on that field because it was nice, soft dirt.
Yep.
It didn't wreck your shins. Something else that was funny. I went through AIT back in '96, and 96/97, and of course they had a Marine detachment out there and a naval detachment. And the fucking Marines, dude, went over to the naval detachment. They were drunk as piss, stole their anchor, drove it down to the main PX, painted it pink, and put it in front of the doors where you couldn't even open the doors to the main PX.
That's black.
Those Marines were fucking nuts, man.
I'm telling you, they tried the same shit with the Air Force.
What Jimmy has to say.
I'm sure Jimmy's got something to say about it. Fuck you, Jimmy.
Let's see. Let me go to the chat room here. Yep, Jimmy says, yup, fucking Marines.
Yeah, he's a Marine himself.
Yes, he is.
Oh, right on. Thank you for your service, Jimmy, and you too also, Tonk.
Hey, no problem, man.
Jimmy want me to tell you, fuck you.
Right. He gets swatted around when he gets back over here.
Yeah. Oh, right on. He's throwing horns up at you. Okay, well, oh, you're welcome, bud. You're welcome, Jimmy. We appreciate your service, man. Well, I want to take the time now to throw up a few tunes.
All right.
Let's see. We said I have Animus, Blackguard, and Kronos. I'm gonna play first.
All right.
Now, talk to us a little bit about Animus. What's this song about?
Pretty much, Kevin, do you want to describe it, Paul?
Actually, what he told me was the song's about me, since I kept on showing up to band practice late, and he was getting pissed off. So,
It's about pretty much giving into your hate, having another side, losing your mind, and animus is basically Latin for like animosity,
Right on.
I actually got some of the lyrics tattooed on my arm. It's part of the song where I'm harmonizing with Tonk. We're singing together.
Mhm.
I got that tattooed on my arm. So
Talks about how having hate or having anger can actually help you at times to overcome things that are scary. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Like the lyrics he has written on him is, I am the strength to dominate weak thoughts of loss. Confide in me, I'll set you free and make them crawl.
That is cool.
yeah,
That's
what
some
I
cool
got.
fucking lyrics, man. Now, Blackguard, what's this song about?
Which one?
Blackguard.
Blackguard is basically just about talking shit. It's just about talking shit and getting a rise out of people. Because the meaning of blackguard is an old English saying for someone who talks shit too much.
Oh, wow. I did not know that, man. That's cool.
Now,
Now-
it sounds cool, but it actually means somebody that is a shit talker.
I'm going to have to remember that. Now, Kronos. Does this have something to do with time, or is this about the ancient god?
Yeah, Kronos is about something in my life. I was, at one point, I was diagnosed with a rare lung disease,
Ooh.
where they said that there was a chance that I was going to end up dying from it. And, well, the thing about this disease is this is the disease that killed, what's his name? Black comedian, played on Friday.
Fucking Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac died from this disease.
Oh,
and I
wow.
got diagnosed with it. I had a car accident, and they happened to see it on a scan that I had it, and they basically told me that there's a chance my time was limited with it. And I wrote Kronos talking about how, fighting time and how it basically spanned out, but it turned out I went back, and this disease in 70% of people, if you're one of those lucky percentage, it cures itself. They don't know why it does, but it just goes away. They don't know much about it, but I happened to go back in, and the doctor told me that it went away.
Well, hopefully it stays away.
Yeah, it's gone. I feel great. But that's what Kronos is about, fighting time and not knowing when your next day is going to come, when the next day is going to be your last.
Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and jam Animus, Blackguard, and Kronos. So, metalheads out there in listener land, stick around. This is the Bullshitting with Bob show. We got Wrath of Eidola right here on Brutiful Metal Radio, and here you go.
Rock it out.
There you go.
Okay, metalheads, we are back. You're listening to Bullshitting with Bob show right here on Brutiful Metal Radio. We have Wrath of Eidola in the studio via Skype. Welcome back to the show, guys.
What's up, man?
Now, you just listened to Animus, Blackguard, and Kronos by Wrath of Eidola. And was that some badass tunes or what, folks?
We try.
And you succeed.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
You can't see it, but we're in here doing the wave.
Hey, I have a question.
Okay, well, ask. Get over here next to the mic. Don't run away and ask a question.
I don't know if you asked yet. What does Wrath of Eidola mean?
Okay, Wrath of Eidola means, Eidola means, you can give it two meanings. It's a ghost or a specter, which that wasn't what I was going for. Eidola actually means an ideal. And basically what it was is, there's points in my life where I made some bad decisions, and Wrath of Eidola basically means bad karma coming back to you. You choose a bad path, and Wrath of Eidola is the karma coming back. It's the revenge of your bad ideal, and it also comes into the acronym that we made it into. Obviously, woe is the feeling you get when you get screwed.
Gotcha.
So
That's very cool.
That is awesome.
that is the meaning.
We're all about karma here and trying to roll it good all the time.
Me too.
Yeah, because
Obviously, I changed my life. I changed my thinking style, so things have definitely gone on a better route for me since then.
It happens. We all grow up.
yeah, we're real big fans of the Karmic Wheel.
Here,
I trained in martial arts from a kid up till '96, and I'm big with yin yang and chi and everything involved with the Oriental culture. I was lucky; I had Oriental teachers. I didn't have those Americanized karate teachers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but yeah, we're real huge fans of karma because I believe what comes around does go around.
It sure does.
If you're a douchebag, you'll get it back in the end.
And if you're a good person, you get it back.
Tenfold.
The karma will roll two ways. The bad
I
way or the good way.
at least that it taught some lessons into being a better person all around. You know? Well, I try. Fuck.
Yeah, I hear you. Sometimes it's fun to be bad.
My moniker is the friendly asshole. That's what people know me as. I'm the evil elf.
That sounds like you, honey.
Ain't it? Yeah, in Mexico they call me culo grande. That's the great asshole.
There you go. You know what the thing about being an asshole is? People always remember you.
Isn't that right? You leave that lasting impression. That's for fucking sure.
Sure do. I'll tell you what. They're like, you remember that asshole Tonk?
Now, I want to ask Taquito, what was some of his influences on bass?
Bass influence 何influence of
Yeah.
いやいやなんかなんでベースか
Got in a bass player. Ski Dakara bass. Well, bass.
いやベースかナパームでそうエンバディ
Napalm Death's
そうエンバディシャーンエンバリーエンバリーSOD ダン・ギルカ
and SOD.
Oh, right on. Yeah, Dan Lilker.
Yeah.
Yep, that'd be it.
Dan Lilker is the man.
他にも
Basically.
この人
Hmm.
いやいいよね
He said that's good stuff.
Yeah.
He speaks a little English.
SOD, Nuclear Assault. Man, that dude, he had one of those, or I shouldn't say had, he still has, one of the most known bass sounds in metal. I mean,
Yeah.
when you hear that guy playing, you know it right away.
That's the thing, man. You got to play bass guitar. You got to do something. Everybody knows the whole shit behind bass guitar, so you gotta step out from your bounds, man, and do something to gain attention so people know who you are.
Right?
You know.
I mean, that dude beats the shit out of his bass. I love some Dan Lilker.
Yeah, Takedo here, he definitely throws down on it. Let me tell you,
It sounds like it.
he gets down, and you'll hear it definitely more. You'll hear it with Avari, our new song coming up, our new single we're about to release. You'll hear it on Avari. He didn't play bass on our Awakening CD and Sentinel. It was our prior bass player, Shun, which we want to say thanks to him. You know, we've been telling him a lot. Thanks for being in the band. Takedo's come in. He's been with us for about a month now. So you guys will hear his bass stylings coming up on this new single next week.
Right on. And we also want to mention that you said Jason was helping you guys too, right?
Yep, sure is. He's the man.
The man, the myth, the legend.
That's right. He knows we love him.
And Jason, during the break, they called you the Metal Encyclopedia.
He sure is. He knows that we know that he knows.
Now, you said you guys have a new CD, and when's it going to be dropping again?
Well, we're going to have a new CD coming out probably the end of the year. It's going to be entitled Seven of Swords.
Oh, okay.
And the new single, Avari, will be on that CD because it goes down the lines of the Seven Deadly Sins.
That is cool.
Yeah. It's a concept CD that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and finally have a band to do it with.
Yeah, well, we've got that song we're recording, and we'll be going back in the studio after we're finished with Avari to record our two newer songs, Black Lotus and Solace and Vengeance, which goes down the path of wrath.
Well,
Talks about it a little bit.
I tell you, whenever y'all drop the new stuff, definitely hit me, D, or Buffy up. Let us know, because we'll damn sure push you guys on the radio. We've been playing y'all quite a bit here lately.
Thanks, man. We really, really appreciate it. You know,
Hey,
it's hard.
it's what we're about, man. We play the bigs and we play the indies, but we're really here. We're voices for the underground. We want people to hear the underground musicians, the indie artists, get them out there where, maybe they'll get noticed, hopefully. But
Yeah, and I mean, it's to try and get exposure in Japan, and I'm sure Jason knows this too, it's very difficult. You know, Japan's more of a society of pop. It's a pop society. They really love anything that is involved with pop. Korean pop. You put a letter in front of the pop, and they like it. J-pop, K-pop, gay pop. They like it. You know?
so I imagine that Gangnam is pretty big out there, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Now,
What is that?
now you guys don't Gangnam on stage? Come on.
Jason Gangnams it after fucking shows.
I don't even know what that is.
That's that
You're lucky.
the Korean guy. You know your boy Chris Ferguson. He does that like he's riding a horse. That's Gangnam.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Now y'all dubstep too.
I pud step. That's about it.
I used to pub crawl myself.
You know what the pud step is?
Huh?
It's when you got to tape your shit to your leg and walk around. That's pud stepping.
Oh, right on. I used to pub step like from one pub to the next,
Hey,
and then eventually be a pub crawl.
yeah, exactly. We've done that quite a few times here, right, Paul?
Oh, he can't remember.
I've had those occasions where Paul's had to drag me upstairs from drunken stupors.
Yeah, and he's like twice my size, so he's like a giant tumor.
Pretty much. Angry like a tumor, too.
Like screaming out at taxi driver, like "fuck you, fuck you."
Yeah, it's all in good fun.
And he's like, "What happened last night?" It's like, "You don't even want to know."
I went into my talking about uppercutting people phase there. Every once in a while, that character comes out.
Wow.
Not
Now,
normally an angry drunk, but every once in a while.
with me, I don't know. I'm like half Cajun and half Native American, so it means I can drink a good bit, but it also defines what I can drink. Like if I drink tequila, better watch out. I'll be fighting every telephone pole in between here and the house.
My whole tequila experience has not been a good one. Whenever I even smell tequila, it makes me want to just throw up everything in my stomach. I don't know why. It's just the smell of it. I remember when I was younger, like maybe I was like 24, had my buddies like, dude, you got to drink tequila. I'm like, no, dude. Bad things happen when I drink that shit. They're like, no, do it. So I drink it. I remember that shit hit my stomach and coming right the fuck back up right in the bar.
Ooh.
And there it goes. But we drink something over here in Okinawa called awamori.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff right there, if you drink enough of that, that'll send you on autopilot.
Really?
Yeah. That's usually when the uppercut, talking about wanting to uppercut people happens.
Now, I've had the opportunity of drinking sake. And I love some sake. I think that's some good stuff.
It is good. It's a fucking hangover in a bottle, though.
It is. It is. But you can function you don't really get, at least my experience, I never got too sloppy on it. And, but yeah, it's bad hangover.
You drink some awamori, man. I'll tell you what. You don't feel yourself getting drunk, and then you are. And then you wake up. Hey, you don't realize you're getting drunk. You're sitting there like, yeah, I remember having a conversation with so-and-so. Next thing I woke up and I was talking about fucking wanting to drop kick taxi cabs. But you never have a hangover because you mix it with water.
Oh, wow.
So you wake up feeling refreshed with brand new stories for people to tell you.
Yeah, you're running down the street hanging, waving your drawers over your head. Wow.
Actually, something that's even more dangerous than that is sochu. Korean sake. It's Korean, right?
Oh, yeah.
That stuff's just like we have a thing here, like they call it like a what's it, a mojo bucket or whatever it's called. It's a sochu with Kool-Aid powder in it, and since soju has kind of a weaker flavor, you don't know that you're drinking alcohol.
It's made from potatoes, by the way.
Yeah. So you'll drink like a half a gallon of it. Like, I'm good. Then you stand up, and then you're gone.
Yeah, I had quite an experience with that when I was in Korea for a week.
You know, I had some friends that were stationed in Korea, and yeah, they told me some pretty bad stories about soju.
Believe me. And then Korea is definitely one of those places you don't want to get too hammered and like wake up somewhere, because unlike Japan, which is everybody's pretty friendly here, and they'll either just walk over you or try to help you. In Korea, people will do shit to you.
That's what I hear. You know, there's a lot of Korean gangs, and if especially if you're American, you say the wrong thing to somebody, you're gonna get your head cracked.
Yeah, you'll end up in a dumpster somewhere.
Right, in a ditch or something.
Oh.
Now, Jimmy posted up, said chew high is also bad news.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is. That's like the drink of douchebags here.
And
choice.
I've got a friend, dark black death dude from Hell and Stuff in the chat room, and he's from Virginia, and says moonshine makes you bark at the moon for sure. And yeah, we get good moonshine down here, and it does.
Yeah, fucking that shit's like rubbing alcohol. Am I? Isn't it pretty close to the lines of that? Can you light it on fire?
Yes, you can.
Oh, there you go.
If it's made right.
But so that means. So how do you guys test it out? Do you see if it can light on fire before you drink it?
Yes.
Oh.
You gotta have
everybody's got technique.
You gotta have a blue flame, otherwise it ain't worth drinking.
Here we have a Polish alcohol called spiritus.
Oh Jesus!
That's about 96% alcohol.
Wow.
When I was a bartender, I used to drink that quite often, which now I can't drink shots or my kidneys hurt immediately.
Yeah, this is one of these dudes that fucking sniffs spiritus through his fucking nose.
Ooh.
We end up calling that a Chuck Norris.
Yeah, Chuck Norris.
Norris roundhouse kicking you in the face.
Like, hey Tom, why don't you sniff this? And I was like, dude, do I look like a dumbass? Well, I may look like a dumbass, but it doesn't necessarily mean I am.
At least I'm not James, because James did things beyond stupid. So.
You know, you had those dudes on Jackass sniffing wasabi? Fuck that shit. Sniff that spiritus up your nose. Wasabi will look like fucking cupcakes, you know?
Ooh.
Jimmy, spiritus.
Fucking
Jimmy, you love spiritus, don't you? Oh, the Chili Willy, yeah, that's...
What the fuck is a Chili Willy?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Well, we end up just calling it a Chuck Norris, because we're like, Chili Willy just sounds too nice, so let's call it Chuck Norris.
Sounds more prestigious.
Yeah, sounds more painful.
Now let me guess, you guys in the chat room must be Poochie-kins.
What's a Poochie?
Well, I don't know, whoever created this wonderful chat box that we use must have been on acid at one time, because all the names you come in is like Poochie-kins or Gumpy Goo or some stupid shit. My favorite though is always going to be Wookiee Lips.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like a Star Wars porno.
Wookiees need love too.
Wookiee Lips.
You never see the Wookiee get the girl in Star Wars films, right?
I'd be kind of scared to see that.
I think Yoda might have seen it with his time on there, but never talks about it.
Maybe why he's green. Oh, old Dark in there says some of them are quite sexy.
Goddamn right.
Well, it depends on the amount of soju you drink.
You start looking quite sexy on some porn. I'm using that for some goggles.
Now, let me ask you guys, what's the scene like over in Okinawa? Y'all have a few metal bands in the area that you jam with?
Oh,
Yeah, we do. It's not as good as it used to be. Before, there was like almost every band was a heavy metal band, and then the times changed, and only the real hardcore metalheads say metal. So, but definitely here, I mean, we have like Naha, Okinawa City, and Kin. We usually
Those are cities.
Yeah, we usually stick with Okinawa City and Kin because where all the military's at, and they love metal.
Right on.
And some of the bands we play with, we're like, it's kind of weird sometimes. You know, you go into a place and you play a show, and you got people come up to you, and they actually, I can't remember what the guy's name was. The guy came up to me, he was like, "Wow, you guys are actually heavy metal." I was like, "Dude, what do you think we're fucking dinosaurs or something? Get the fuck out of here!" You know what I mean? Because they were shocked. They were like, "Dude, you guys are heavy metal. I didn't even know that shit was real."
Yeah, Jason's kind of saying the same thing you guys said earlier, saying a lot of hardcore bands right now, not so many straight ahead metal bands.
Like I was saying, anything you can put core on, they're running around.
Mm.
One of my favorites, I call it whine core. Sounds like dudes are fucking whining about something.
Oh, that emo shit?
Yeah, emo core. I call it whine core because it sounds like they're whining.
You know, whenever I see emo kids, I always make sure to tell them that the razor goes up and down, not side to side. Get it right.
Get it done right.
That's one less
Right.
whiner.
People don't have to hear you crying about it.
Yeah, one less fucking dude needing a fucking tampon.
For real. So I like metal, dude. Fucking, in my opinion, that's man's music. You know, puts hair on your fucking chest, even if you don't want it.
Just like moonshine.
Yep, just like moonshine. Well, moonshine will burn it off too.
Yeah.
It'll grow it and burn it right back off.
I'll suck it.
That's right. We got something over here called habu. Is a snake.
Poisonous snake.
It's a poisonous snake that they put in a jar of morning.
Yeah.
And then people drink it, and
It's supposed to be like an aphrodisiac.
yeah,
or
and
some
people
shit
go
like that.
crying and make whinecore music after they drink it.
I always hear, don't drink too much of it because your body would go numb.
Wow.
Damn.
It has a little bit of a peppery flavor to it.
Sort of like the tequila worm.
Kind of, except for you're chewing on a snake.
Yeah.
Poison.
Imagine that would get kind of rubbery.
And people get charged up the yin-yang for it, too, you know what I mean? Somebody will come over here and be like, "Hey, man, how much is it for one of those bottles of habu sake?" And they're like, "Only $400.
Wow.
You can take it home today."
And there's going to be some idiot that will pay for it.
Oh, well, of course.
All day long.
You got to prove you're in the land of Miyagi.
Yeah.
Dude, of course I was there, man. I got a fucking snake in a bottle, for Christ's sake.
Got a snake in a bottle.
Yeah, Jason says it's strictly for the tourist.
Yeah. Us dudes don't drink that shit. You drink habu sake? No. You heard that, right?
Oh, yeah, well, we heard that.
Goddamn right.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and throw up a few more tunes to you guys.
All right.
Let's see, coming up next, I've got Lip Lock the Reverie, Memory of a Flame, and Shell.
You guys are playing straight Awakening CD right now, right?
That's all the tunes that I have. I've got The Awakening, and after that, the Villain's Anthem.
You guys have any on, did I give you guys our Sentinel CD?
Negative.
Negative.
Sentinel EP. It's got Sentinel, Stones for the Shallow.
We can do that during the break.
Oh, okay.
How's that? And then we'll put it on.
Sounds good. You guys have that music from us, though, right? Those 5 songs off the EP?
No, I don't have them.
Deanna might.
Maybe Vix does. I'm looking. Oh, she's talking about Vix had a bunch of tequila, little bottles with worms in them. She kept thinking about Poltergeist. What the fuck does tequila, bottles with worms, and Poltergeist have to do in common?
The snake.
That makes no sense there, Vix.
Everybody's got their own sense in their mind.
Right?
Yeah, she sent it. Alright.
We'll hook you up. We'll make sure and hook you up with the Sentinel
Deanna's got
CD.
it. She's gonna if she's not Facebooking it, it's too slow. She's gonna email it, so you'll be able to pop it on probably after the first or second song, depending on your
okay.
email, so.
Okay, yeah, Vix has them, so she's going to email them over to me real quick. I'll download them during the break, and we'll definitely play some of that, too.
We're very proud of that CD, and obviously Jason's on here, and we want to give mad props to our brother there that helped us produce it so everybody can hear his influence within it, too.
Hell yeah.
Right on. Well, what we'll do is we'll play Lip Lock the Reverie, Memory of a Flame, and Shell.
Sweet.
And what's Lip Lock the Reverie about?
Well, basically what it means is kissing a dream, wanting to live in a dream world and not wanting to come back to reality. It's actually one of the more positive songs on the CD. Basically, daydreaming and thinking of a
song on the CD as well.
Yeah.
It was originally acoustic, and then we made it into a
metal.
Oh, right on.
That and The Awakening. The Awakening was also constructed on a fucking acoustic guitar first.
Yep.
Now, how about Memory of a Flame? That's about maybe a girlfriend that y'all had? Or
Yeah. It was about a shitty time in my life.
I remember that too, because you were still with her. And
Yeah.
you're like, I like that song whole lot. Like, the song's about talking
Trash about, yeah.
And how about Shell?
Shell is about, I wrote it for my little sister. She was having a rough time in her life, and I wrote her a song to try and cheer her up and let her know that no matter what problems she has in her life, she's never alone. There's always people there, including me, her brother. Everybody's there for her. You're never alone.
Oh, right on.
Basically, Shell means is, at a time everybody said she was kind of like a zombie. She was a shell of who she was, Hence the name.
Alrighty, well, we're going to go ahead and pop these up real quick, and listeners out there, stick around. This is the Bullshit with Bob show right here on Brutiful Metal Radio with Wrath of Eidola. Hang tight, fellas.
All right, keep it metal.
Welcome back to the Bullshit with Bob show. Again, this is all DIY, mom and pop organized, and obviously kindergarten scrutinized. So, it is what it is. Welcome back to Brutiful Metal Radio. I have Wrath of Eidola via Skype from Okinawa, Japan. Live here. Welcome back, guys.
Good to be back.
Yeah, tell me about it. Now, we were having some pretty interesting conversations during the music about Dead Label and some experiences with alcohol.
Otori. Jason knows all about Otori. Yes, he does.
Shout out to Jason.
And the fucking Rocktoberfest shenanigans.
Now, we do want to give a shout out to Jason. He was involved with the Sentinel,
Tell us that.
Correct.
especially with the gang vocal on Stones, correct?
Yeah, the gang vocals on Stones for the Shallow. He was the big Barry Manilow vocals on there.
Big sexy.
Hey, there you go. Throwing some Tom Jones sex bomb on there.
Yeah, damn right.
Says hooray.
Big sexy.
Woo-wee.
We'll be seeing us a little bit too much this weekend. We got 3 shows over there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. One charity, one birthday, and one full-blown event.
10 bands. Noise Fest.
Yep, so
Wow.
long weekend.
The Wrath of Eidola weekend.
Lots of drinking.
10 bands.
Yep, on
Sunday,
Sunday.
One Rising.
That's going to be a blast for you guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, Fuji Fest are always some crazy shit, so
Yep.
got some crazy pits too. We encourage it.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
And they're going to have special food that night, too. Some pulled pork.
Wow, barbecue Tennessee style.
Yep.
In a bar.
In the bar.
Now, we were talking about hamburgers a little while ago, and I seen some of the, well, Jason said fat dudes have powerful vocals.
Yes, they do.
That's right. But we had to have the big sexy in there to do his part.
Yeah. When he gets drunk, he's just always big voice.
Always a happy guy, right?
Yep.
But unfortunately, every once in a while, he's got to throw up the Gangnam style.
Yep.
Bastard. I don't know many things that
I
come
wonder
from
if you guys' volumes are all a little too high. Theirs as well. Are you guys getting some feedback?
our volume.
No, we're not.
It should be good to go.
Alright.
Yeah, it's starting to chill out now. Sometimes it has a problem when you first come back. It doesn't want to.
Go ahead and keep talking.
What the hell are you typing? Oh, Outcast is in there? Oh, right on. We got one of our other DJs that's was affected by the Superstorm Sandy. Want to give a shout out to DJ Outcast, man. Welcome to the show, man. It's good to see you around.
Nice to meet you.
If you ever get a chance, whenever he does get...
Who names these storms, anyways? Sandy?
Somebody that had a girl.
They actually have these names like pre-programmed for many years, and if you'll notice, they alternate between a male and a female, and it's always in alphabetical order.
But it always seems like the worst storm.
Yeah, and if they get
female name.
yeah, if they get to the end of the alphabet, they start using Greek names.
We should hear some of the weird names they got for typhoons over here. That's what they call a hurricane over here, by the way.
Ah.
We had like, what, 4 or 5 in the past, like, 2 months?
We had a fucking typhoon here, and these dudes that live here can tell you. This typhoon picked up cars and threw them like softballs.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I think they're on the Facebook.
I'm not shitting you. If you go on YouTube or Facebook, there's actually a couple cars that just...
Yeah.
The wind blows and they just start rolling and like they look like a beach ball bouncing down the street. I'm not shitting
we
you.
saw one, like, it threw a dumpster into a car. I mean...
What was it called? From Paratwat or something?
Something like that.
Now, I want to throw this out. You guys told me during the break that the Sentinel is actually downloadable, correct?
Yes. Yep. Completely free. It's our 5-song EP that we put out for free for our fans.
Right on. And well, where can we find that at?
Where you can tell me.
On our website, we have a link to the Reverb Nation for it, right?
We actually have a widget on our site where you can you don't even have to go to Reverb Nation. It has a download. If you go over scroll over the songs, it has the download button. You click that, it should download the whole CD for you, right from the Wrath of Eidola website. Or you can go to Bandcamp. We have it on Bandcamp in a higher quality. And a FLAC form quality on Bandcamp. FLAC.
Right on.
Or you can go to Reverb Nation directly and just type in Wrath of Eidola. You can get it free there as well.
Now, the Reverb Nation, is that attached to you guys' Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm waiting for our Link Queen to catch up.
Get it. Like I said, completely free. Did that for the fans. Obviously, we charge for our Awakening CD, but this one we just wanted to put out, make it all free, and just let the world know who we are more. Obviously, free's better than paying.
So go to Wrath of Eidola at Facebook and click on their Reverb Nation, and you can go ahead and download a free CD courtesy of Wrath of Eidola and enjoy the fucking tunes, guys.
All right, we enjoyed making it.
Thank you, Vix. She popped it up there for us.
Okay, thank you.
Now,
Really?
you were talking about y'all got Fuji Fest coming up?
Fuji Fest,
We
yeah.
do. The infamous Fuji Fest.
And
See?
you got
Here's
10
the-
bands that's going to be there.
10 bands, yes.
What are some of the other bands that you'll be sharing the stage with?
Also, there's some the local bands, Monsters Tone, Pandemic,
Run It to Ground.
Run to
That's
Ground.
my girlfriend's sister's band.
I can't remember the names. Jason knows all that.
Jason, help us out here. We look like dildos.
Put up on the chat for us, Jason. What bands are you playing?
If you're listening, yeah. What else is playing? Is Savior Strength playing?
I think Savior Strength is playing.
They're a good band. They're one of our buddies' bands.
Shores. I think Jason just put up a link.
Oh, yeah, I see that, the events.
Yep.
An awesome show. Every time there's a Fuji Fest, there's always a great following. There's always a lot of customers that show up.
Yep.
Just have a great time. Got food and drink and drunken antics and extremely loud fucking music that pisses off the neighborhood. Yep.
You know,
We get the
going to festivals is always really fun because you always get the hard to find metal gear at festivals.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, t-shirts, armbands, patches.
They got him. And I'll tell you, the guy who's doing it all, like I said, we give a lot of props to Jason because this guy is multi-talented. You know, he's the guy who puts on Rocktoberfest. Him and a couple other guys put on Rocktoberfest every year, and I swear, if you see this festival, you'd understand the amount of talent it takes to put on a show that massive, and he manages to pull it off. Yep.
Right on.
And hooks the band up with a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, he's another Southern boy too. He's from North Carolina? I think.
There is, yep.
He's what, prior? Is he prior Army?
Jason's prior Army.
Wait, you said Jason's from North Carolina, you said?
Yep, and he's prior Army as well.
Oh, right on.
Yep, North Carolina.
Kakalaki.
That's right.
You know, well, we used to run to Kakalaki all the time when I was in the Army. It didn't matter if it was north or south, it was Kakalaki, though. We was going to run there somehow.
Right. It's good from there. Why are you talking about wiggers in the fucking chat room?
I have no idea.
How did wigger talk come up when you're talking about metal?
I don't even know. A group of white boys that jumped me tonight because I refused to freestyle rap with them.
Good on you, fellas.
Sound like a bunch of fags to me.
Right on.
Yep, bunch of douchebags. What they need to be introduced to is a good old piece of hickory, courtesy of Louisville.
That's right. That or a nice fucking guitar you're about to retire.
Yeah, right?
Instead of breaking it on stage, break it over someone's head and make it right. Get it done right.
I catch it on film for pay-per-view.
Yeah. YouTube that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Well, no, that could be used as evidence later.
Oh.
Don't YouTube that shit.
Forget what you said.
Yeah. Scratch that.
Offended. Guys standing around trying to freestyle rap, and they're talking about getting offended. I'm offended by hearing about it.
Yeah, right on. He was probably offended when they asked him.
Right?
You know, it should bring back the good old medieval days about throwing people in pits with boiling oil. I think that would definitely solve a lot more problems in the world.
Yep.
I think people, if they knew, beyond a shadow of a doubt, if they did something fucked up and they were going to get thrown in a pit of boiling oil, I guarantee you the crime rate would go down at least 80%.
Oh, at least.
Well, they'd have to think twice about it.
I'm not talking about fucking Cartoon Network and fucking ham sandwiches. I'm talking about a boiling pit of fucking oil.
Yeah.
That's my whole solution if I was elected president, just to let you know.
Or getting tarred and feathered.
Fuck that, boiling oil, straight up.
Boiling oil. I have to agree.
Yeah.
And feed them gruel beforehand.
On your arm real quick, and then you'll figure out what I mean.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you guys, what do y'all do for hobbies away from music?
Drink. Okay. Before Paul generates jellyfish.
Generating jellyfish.
Constantly.
Catch my meaning there.
Constantly.
Don't swim in his swimming pool, I'm just saying.
Well, I like to do art. Like Jason put up there, I did the design for the Fuji Fest, the One Rising artwork there, which isn't the best in the world, but I try to get it done. Play guitar, obviously.
Yeah.
Talk shit. That's one of my hobbies. That's why I'm lucky to be the vocalist, because I get to, write lyrics about talking shit.
Yeah. So I basically just write a lot of songs and play guitar on, just practice all the time. So I really don't have any hobbies other than that.
Like I said, making jellyfish is pretty tiresome, so,
Yep.
Can't have a whole lot of other hobbies after that.
Drink some beer, watch cartoons.
Him and my drummer Ganaha, they're both big into the Japanese animation stuff, so I'll call up like, hey, what are you guys doing? You know what we're doing, man.
Yeah, he got me into the anime, so he always brings over DVDs. He's like, you gotta watch this. Like, fine.
Now, Sarah asked, who's your favorite cartoons? Who's your favorite cartoon character?
Like, as American cartoons or Japanese cartoons?
Either way.
Either way.
Well, for American, probably Old Sammy Sam.
You goddamn right.
Japanese, I don't know.
As retarded as it may sound, some people might get offended because I say this. I was actually a big Dragon Ball guy ever since I was in second grade.
Yeah.
Before Americans ever even knew what it was.
Right.
Probably Dragon Ball Z. I like all the characters on there. Probably Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z would be my favorite because he kind of treads along the lines of what I am. But American, I would have to probably say, maybe Bugs Bunny, because he's always trying to bust people's balls, you know what I mean? He's always pulling tricks on people, he's dropping shit on people, everybody's trying to kill him, but they never really can.
You're the first person to say that. That's my favorite cartoon character ever is Bugs Bunny, because he is the ultimate asshole.
He truly is, dude. He stands around, he fucks people's worlds up, and then he chews on a carrot, basically like saying, you see what I just did? And now I'm going to enjoy myself. He's from New York.
Says, what's up, Doc? Like, what the fuck?
That's right. That's his way of saying you just got screwed.
Yeah.
What's up?
Now,
the epitome of an asshole.
on the Japanime side, I was a big fan of like Speed Racer back in the day.
Yeah.
Battle for the Planets, of course, Voltron.
Oh, Voltron.
Hell yeah.
But as I found a series called Yuratsuka Doji, Legend of the Overfiend. Are y'all familiar with that one?
I bet my drummer Ganahan, or Gonzo, is.
That was pretty intense. And of course, like, what was it, Ghost in the Shell?
Ghost in the Shell is awesome.
You ever watched Berserk?
No, I haven't.
That is one series, I'm sure Paul can agree. If you're a metalhead, every metalhead on the planet would love Berserk.
Yeah.
Right on.
I'm telling you, man, I don't want to spoil it for you. Just fucking watch it, dude. I'm telling you, you will not feel like you wasted a part of your life by sitting there vegging watching that.
Josh said you all are dildos.
Well, what do dildos do? That's the question. Think about what a dildo does, and I'd be happy to be called one. They fuck shit.
Now, Vixen, she asked a question. If there was any stage in the world that you could play, which one would it be?
I don't know if Paul agrees. It's the same with me, but
I would probably have to say either Ozfest, because that was my dream, is to play that after watching Pantera. It'd be Ozfest or maybe Download. Yeah, definitely. Because it seems more surreal than real. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you walk into a bar and everybody's right there and they can nut punch you, that's real. You know what I mean? When you walk onto a stage like Ozfest or Download and it just looks like all you see is fucking melons everywhere and that's it, that's when it gets surreal. Yeah, or like Vakken.
Hell yeah. For me, that would be the ultimate, would be Vakken.
Yeah, that for sure. I mean, especially it just seems like the European, you know, festivals. They know how to party. They fucking know how to party. They obviously make a lot. I mean, which doesn't really matter, but they obviously make some good money because when you look at a place where it's just a fucking sea of human beings, it just doesn't seem real. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel like that's feasible. You know.
Well, my experience in Europe, to me, the Europeans just live metal. I mean, it's like it was back in the late 80s, early 90s. You see these guys going to these shows, they're decked out in either leather jackets or denim jackets, patches all over them, leather pants. I mean, they are really, really within the metal lifestyle.
That sounds like home to me. You know what I mean?
This one German dude here on the island.
Yeah. He wears the same jacket every fucking time he comes out. By the way. That's my asshole.
Yeah.
For that.
Like, he was like, what kind of music do you guys play? We're like, oh, metal. He's like, oh, we Germans love metal.
I thought the guy was fucking with me at first. I thought the dude was like fucking with me in a German accent. I was like, dude, are you fucking with me right now? He's like, no, I'm from Germany. I'm like, this dude's definitely fucking with me. I was like, Paul, what do you think? And I was like, I think he's actually not fucking with you, man.
Now let me ask you this: if you could play with any band in the world, any one band, who would that be and why?
One band. Come on, Paul. All you do is listen to fucking music all day.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
One band that's still around, or one band of all time?
Either way.
I would have to say Pantera.
Yeah. Those guys look like they can party, so.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Or old school Metallica.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not new Metallica.
No. If I ever got the chance to talk to them, they probably wouldn't like me. But I would definitely give them my insight on and my thoughts. But that, or, and Paul probably would agree with me with this, but I'm a big Lamb of God fan. I really like their guitar chord progressions and their riffs, and, you know, not a big fan of all the shit they talk about because I don't try to get too political. But just, yeah, probably Lamb of God. Not maybe because I don't know, their personalities don't seem like maybe they're the most outgoing guys in the world, but as far as musicianship goes, they're definitely high up my list as far as musicianship goes, in my opinion.
I have to agree with you.
Some people disagree, but some people tend to agree. Like, obviously, like you, I think their drummer is fucking amazing.
You know, it's amazing, too, that he wasn't originally the drummer. You know, they had two bass player guys, and one of them had to decide who's going to get behind the drum kit and who's going to play bass.
Yeah, and it shows. I mean, he's got a very unique style of playing, you know.
I love their off-time writing.
Very cool, you know. Everything about that band is, their musical style is cool. Not a big fan of their earlier stuff where Randy Blythe was doing all the high-pitched screaming. I like the high-pitched scream, but I usually just use that to accent, you know, chord changes or, you know, something in the song, but not a big fan of the high-pitched screaming all the fucking time. It tends to be annoying at times. But I would say I was definitely a big Lamb of God fan from 11th Hour, and especially their Ashes of the Wake CD, which I think is a fucking masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
definitely Ash to the Wake. Yeah, that would be my choices there.
Well, I guess we're going to go ahead and about wrap this one up. We're hitting on 2.5 hours now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It goes quick, doesn't it?
It does, man.
Yeah, that's what I like about, the way we do, the Bullshit with Bob show, because it's not this grill session, man. We sit around, we bullshit. Everybody else out there in listener land gets the opportunity to listen in to us just talking metal and, just bullshitting.
Eat, sleep, and breathe it.
Now, is there anything else you guys want to let us know about? We know you got some upcoming gigs.
We got the upcoming gigs, and we definitely want everybody to know that's listening. Stick with us. Avari should be done next week, hopefully. If not, then obviously it's for the reason of making the songs sound the best. But stick with us. Avari will be available for download. Definitely spread it around. We're really, really happy with how this song came out, and hopefully it'll please everybody else. We're pretty sure it will, but definitely stick around and definitely download that song when you get the opportunity.
We ain't going nowhere.
Yep. Well, we're here and we support you guys, man, and we're going to push you guys out, especially now that I've got the new EP over here on this computer.
We really appreciate it. We want to, thank you guys for giving us the opportunity, doing this interview, giving us the exposure. We really want some more exposure in the U.S. We really appreciate you guys and your support.
Well, just let you guys know, man, y'all are now part of the Brutiful family.
Thank you. Thank you.
So when y'all guys have anything else come out, when you drop that new single, let us know. When y'all drop the new disc, let us know. We'll bring you back on the show, and we'll push it for you guys. We'll play it and talk about it.
You guys will be one of the first to get a fresh copy of it.
Oh, right on, man. We appreciate that.
No problem.
Now, I want to mention again to everyone out there listening that you can go to Facebook.com/Wrath of Eidola, and you can download the Sentinel for free, 5-song EP. So go in there and download the fuck out of it. Jam it. It's some good shit. In fact, I've got the last two songs, Obsidian and Sorrows, coming up. And I'm going to go ahead and play the other two from your first one, which is the Awakening and Villains Anthem also. We're getting some kind of weird bounce back or something.
It might be the distance.
Could be. But I want to thank you guys, man, for coming in here and sharing what Wrath of Eidola is all about, and talking about the tunes and what the Okinawa scene's like, man. We really appreciate that.
What's that?
I said I wanted to thank you guys for coming and talking with us and letting us know about Wrath of Eidola and about what your music's about, and especially the Okinawa scene.
Hey, regardless of how much shit we do talk, Okinawa is a very beautiful place. Great people, with the exception of a few. And drivers. But if you guys ever get the chance, definitely come out and check out what Karate Kid wasn't about, because it wasn't even filmed over here. But you should definitely come over and check it out. It's a beautiful island. It's got some of the most beautiful ocean you'll ever see in your entire life.
Always wanted to go there.
That's something on me and the wife's bucket list.
I'm telling you, you won't regret it. The snorkeling, the water, the food, the people, great place to be. The beer for sure, and a little bit of Wrath of Eidola to spice it up.
Right on, brothers. Now, hang on the line for me. I'm going to go ahead and pop your tunes up.
All right.
I want to mention everyone out there in listener land. You're listening to Brutiful Metal Radio. You can check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Brutiful Metal Radio. You can go to my page, which is facebook.com/The Bullshitting with Bob Show. No G in it, just Bullshitting with Bob. Type it in, you'll find it. Give me a like on there too. And we'll be back tomorrow. I actually got 2 interviews tomorrow. We're going to have Austin Death Trip, and that will be at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern, and I'll have Kill Ritual at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. So, all my fans out there, fucking tune in, or are you going to be a goddamn poser?
Hey.
So stick around, guys. We got lots more metal coming your way. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Keep the shit metal.
And here we go with Obsidian.